Okay, now we're going to look at equations that are given to us and then going ahead and graphing the lines of them. So this first equation is in y equals mx plus b form. We are given the slope of 1/2. So this is the slope. What that means is it's always, remember, rise over run. So this means I go up 1 and I go right 2. If it was a negative in front, so for instance, if it was negative 1/2, that negative doesn't go both places, and it doesn't matter which way you pick it. It could either mean I would go down 1 and right 2, or I could go up 1 and left 2. Either one, just so you know, okay? This could also mean that I went down 1 and left 2. Okay, just so you know. This is your y-intercept, which tells you where it crosses the y-axis at. So I will cross the y-axis at 4, and I'm going to go ahead and make that dot. So I'm crossing the y-axis at 4, and then from that dot, I have a rise of 1 and a run of 2. So I will go up 1 and right 2, or instead of going up and to the right, I could go down and to the left. But either way, this is what my line would look like. Okay. The next thing I'm given in this next point is not my y-intercept, but I am given my slope, and I am given one point that is on the graph. So hopefully you can picture that this becomes a coordinate. And remember, it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So just like when you put it into the equation, these numbers that are here kind of become the opposite signs. Same thing when you pull it out. What this is saying is that this is really y minus negative 3. That's how it became positive, equals negative 2/3 times x minus negative 2. Okay, so what that means then is that you have a coordinate that goes like this. You have an x value of negative 2, and you have a y value of negative 3, and then your slope is negative 2/3. Now, could you simplify that and get it into y equals mx plus b so that you can graph it that way? Absolutely you could, but much easier to just do it this way. Negative 2, negative 3 is a point on my graph, and my slope is negative 2/3, which means I have a rise of negative 2. I'm going to go down 2, so I'll go down 2 and right 3. Down 2 and right 3, or instead of going down and to the right, you could go up 2 and left 3, like so. And that's what that one would look like. And then this one, we don't have it in the right format. It's in standard form right now. And so in this form, it's not really doing us any good because I don't have a specific coordinate to use. I can't see the slope directly. So I'm going to get this one into y equals mx plus b first so that I have something to graph, okay? So if I want this into y equals mx plus b, I'm going to need to subtract the 3x to the other side. And then those drop, and I will have negative 4y equals negative 3x minus 12. I can't combine an x with something that doesn't have an x. And then I will divide every single thing by negative 4 so that I get y equals a negative divided by a negative 3 divided by a negative 4 becomes positive 3/4. And negative 12 divided by negative 4 becomes positive 3. So here's my equation in y equals mx plus b form. Here is your y-intercept, and here is your slope. Okay, so my y-intercept is at 3, and my slope is 3/4, which means I go up 3 and right 4, or down 3 and left 4. And your line should look something like that. Okay,